Hey guys, today we're back with another gun review. And today on the channel I'll be reviewing the 1993 stainless Colt Python 6-inch 357 Magnum. Stay tuned for this one. Alright guys, we're back. Once again, today we're going to be reviewing the 6-inch 357 Magnum Colt Python. This is a 1993 stainless edition. This is actually pretty much what you would call the Rick Grimes Colt Python. It is the 6-inch stainless, like I said, with the target presentation wood grips on them. This is pretty much the same way he has his outfitted in The Walking Dead. I know I've already done a Colt Python, Rick Grimes' Colt Python actual review, even though this is not the exact same stainless Python that I had in that review. I actually never got to do a full review just on the stainless Python itself, but I thought I would put that out there real quick. Let's see here, where to get started with this. Like I said already, these has the Gen 3 presentation, target wood grips on them. As you can see, they're absolutely gorgeous. This really makes this gun, if you want my honest opinion. There's some very beautiful grips out for Pythons. I've got a few myself I need to review, but these grips right here make this certain Python. You can put different grips on them if you want to, but like I said, I think these grips right here are really the best looking ones that you can possibly put on them. Like I said earlier, this is a 1993 stainless Python. A lot of stainless Pythons actually come out in 82. A lot of places actually say they come out in 83. But at the end of 1982, about around the third quarter, is whenever Colt actually started putting these pistols out. That is 100% fact. A lot of people do, though, think that the 83 was the first stainless Python, but there are a pretty actually decent amount of number of 82s out. I've actually been seeing a lot of 1982 Pythons out recently on Gunbroker. Even though I had said in one of my earlier videos that the Pythons would be affected by the new release of the Pythons, the actual price of these anyway would fall. They really haven't fell at all. One of my buddies actually has one of these in box and everything, and he's asking $3,500 for it, which is still a very good price on it. This one right here will run you about $3,000 with these grips and everything. But this is a very beautiful gun. This is whenever Colt pretty much got everything right on them. Still haven't received my 2020 Python back yet from the second time coming back from the factory. I actually got an update today showing that it had been shipped back to me, but they actually had not even called me or anything telling me it had come back, that they were shipping it back. I actually just got an email saying that FedEx had picked up my package and it was coming from Hartford, Connecticut, so that's about really the only thing I could think it would be. But getting back to this review, a lot of these guns was known to be very fragile, that if you shot a hefty load of 357 through them, approximately, I think the number was about around 5,000 to 6,000 rounds of 357 that the timing would go out on them. This is the 5th Python I've owned, if you want to consider the Python 2020 an actual Python. I've owned a 69, 79, 86, I think is what the 150 or 100th year anniversary of Colt. I think it's 150. Python, I think is 86. Don't hold me to it, but that was the actual Rick Grimes one I done, and this one is a 93. One way that you can tell the older stainless Pythons from the even older ones is that they actually quit using a 2-pin system in the front sight. They actually only started using 1 pin. Not really sure why they went to 1 pin. I think it was something to do with the rifling in the barrel, that they changed the rifling up, and that was the easiest way that they could show the consumer that it was one of the new riflings, just because it only had 1 pin instead of 2. Not sure if the new riflings they put in them was any better than the old ones, or if the riflings in the old ones was better than the new ones, or how it went. That's just pretty much what I know. This has the ramped orange front sight. You can get a very good sight picture on this. Very accurate gun for sure. Double action on this right here. I thought I would get to that very quickly. Very good overall. Single action. very good also. That's one really big gripe I've had with the 2020 Pythons, besides everything else that's going with them, that the single action is really not good at all. The older Pythons 100% has a killer single action. Not as good as some of the custom Smith & Wessons I've had, like a Trigger Job 686, I think it was the -3 or -4 I had probably the best single action. And that 629 Hunter I had a few weeks ago was actually a very, very good single action, probably the actual best I'd ever had. But now this one right here in double action is the Python double action that you know about. Very good gun overall. I try not to dry snap these guns at all. I'm not really sure. I don't think it hurts them at all to dry snap them, but I just really don't want to for sure. Another way how to quickly tell if a gun is stainless or not, if the Python is stainless, that inside of the actual this part right here, I'm actually forgot what it's called, just where your ejector rod will see it. There will be a small S in here. That's really the quickest way how to tell if you visually can't tell if it is a stainless Python or not. But Colt only made like the nickel E-guard from 80 to 82. So if this one right here, like I run the serial number and it comes back as a 93, then and that's what it will more than likely be, is a stainless Python, because no other guns besides stainless and maybe blued was made in the 90s. But just quickly going back to the review, the 6-inch barrel is really the main barrel that everybody wants on the stainless Pythons, because as you all know, it's what Rick Grimes' Python is on The Walking Dead. You see also a lot of 4-inch stainless Pythons that a lot of people liked. I like a 4-inch stainless Python too, but now every single Python I've owned has been the 6-inch variant. I think it just balances out very well, and I think that's the best looking ones that you can have overall. If it's still on the side, I just think it's very beautiful. Overall, the trigger on these are still better than the 2020s. I like the trigger on this better myself. Hammer on these, the Colt actually back then got the hammers on these perfect. You can't beat that hammer right there. The big spur on the back of it is just something that everybody always loved, and you can just cock it back and let it off easily with one hand. I mean, it's these guns right here really was a work of art. This is more a piece of art than it really is a firearm. And that's why these guns bring that premium price, because like I said, this is mainly really art more than it is actual gun that you would use every day, even though this was a gun that a lot of law enforcement used back in the day. Trigger and everything on this, still bank vault tight. What that means is that whenever you got single action and the trigger was pulled, whenever it fell, the cylinder right here would not move at all. And I mean, I'm telling you, it's not got a drop one of move to it at all. I'm trying to put a little bit of pressure on it, and it's not moving at all. And you can just hear it. It's just, it sounds like a Rolex. It really does. It's one of the more really beautiful revolvers I've ever owned. I like my 86 a lot, but once I put these grips on it right here, on it and everything else, you just really can't beat it. This gun right here is really in a really immaculate shape. I gave it a good clean down whenever I first got it, and I really don't even see a scratch one on it nowhere. One of the probably better shaped ones I've ever seen in picture or whatever else. But now, every single gun has its downfall, and the main downfalls of these pistols, like everybody knows, is that like I said earlier, that if you shot a hefty load of 357 through them a lot, that it would actually go out of timing, and you would have to get retimed. And the only bad thing about these now is that there's really not a lot of people left in the world that can actually even work on a Python, one of this magnitude anyway. I mean, pretty much all Pythons, but no, not really many people can work on them now. You can find a few people that can work on it, but actually a certified person that knows what they're doing. And that's really what you would want working on these. It could take you months to get in and get it back to you and everything else. And I would never let anybody else except somebody that's actually certified work on these. Any person can pretty much take apart a Smith and put it back together and everything else. I mean, even I can do that. I'm not saying I can do a good trigger job or anything else on one, but now it takes a real gunsmith to work on these guns and put them back in timing. That's really about the only downfall of these guns right here. A lot of people used them as target guns, put 38 special in them and run them like that, because the thing about it is that even though this is a big gun, as you can see in my hands, and I've got pretty big hands, but as you can see, it was still built on a 38 target frame, and that's what everybody always had problems with them going out of timing for, because it was just built for mainly 38 special, even though it is a 357 Magnum, if y'all can understand that. Really, you don't really ever shoot a lot of 38 special myself. If I'm going to buy a 357, I buy a 357, but with this right here, I only have shot a few 357s, mainly 38 special to it. I really haven't ever even shot it much at all, besides what I've really got on tape that I'm showing you all right now is about the most I've ever shot this gun. Like I said, it's really something that you put up and look at every now and again. It's not really something that you want to take up and shoot. That's why I'm really hoping that my Python, whenever it does come back in, is going to be finally all right and everything, because that would be actually one that you can take out and shoot. But this gun right here really is a work of art. There's really not much that you can say about these that somebody else hasn't already said. Just the way they brush the stainless on it to where it's still like a semi-gloss kind of thing, to where you can still kind of see your reflection in it, but not at the same time. These guns was just really a work of art, as you can tell, and that's what they will go down for, is a work of art. But guys, I appreciate y'all viewing. If you have any questions or comments about the Colt Python 357 Magnum stainless in a 6-inch barrel, let me know. Just a overall beautiful gun with a very great trigger, single action and double action. But guys, appreciate y'all viewing. Like and subscribe for more gun reviews, and I will see you all in the next video. Hey guys, thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. I'd like to make a quick shout out to Hero Soap Company for sponsoring my channel. Hero Soap Company does a 1-1 ratio with their soap lines, with their subscriptions, to where if you subscribe to their soap every single month, you will get a delivery of soap in the mail once a month. And not only that, but they will also send a 1-1 ratio of the soap you purchase overseas to a soldier in need. Not only that, but some of their profits that they make from their subscription lines will go to soldiers and first responders, such as law enforcement, EMS, and fire in need, and will go to multiple other different actual charities involving first responders and veterans. So guys, it's very good quality, very good company, and if you'd like to check them out, go to the description below and find my link, and you can use that and go into their website and make sure that you type in Golden Web at the end, and it will give you 10% off. But just want to make a quick shout out to Hero Soap Company and giving them a special thank you. So guys, appreciate y'all viewing, and I will see you all in the next video.